Hello again, and welcome back to Granny Dorothy Visits. Today's reading I chose from Everyday Wisdom, Dr. Wayne Dyer, is Our suffering is caused by the mind, by a mind that insists on having preferences and won't allow others to be just as they are. Pretty good, eh? And from Blessings, Julia Cameron. The quote at the top of the page is from William Blake. For mercy has a human heart, pity a human face, and love the human form divine. This one's called I Love Others for Their True Selves. I bless and salute the divine goodness available for all human beings and in all human beings. I allow people to be uniquely themselves, bringing their true natures and their true gifts to our relationships. I do not demand that those who love me change their essential nature for my comfort. I express to them my nature. I tell them my truth. I do not hide or pretend I am different from what I am. I trust that each of us is a perfect part of the divine whole. I trust that each of us is as lovable as we are. I allow originality, inventiveness, and variability in my loving relationships. I invite the unique souls in my life to love me as their true selves allow. And the last one from Richard Carlson, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. This is called Seek First to Understand. This is adopted from one of Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Using this strategy is a shortcut to become a more content person, and you'll probably become more effective too. Essentially, seek first to understand implies that you become more interested in understanding others and less in having other people understand you. It means mastering the idea that if you want quality, fulfilling communication that is nourishing to you and others, understanding others must come first. When you understand where people are coming from, what they are trying to say, what's important to them, and so forth, being understood flows naturally. It falls into place with virtually no effort. When you reverse this process, however, which is what most of us do most of the time, you are putting the cart before the horse. When you try to be understood before you understand, the effort you exert will be felt by you and the person or people you are trying to reach. Communication will break down, and you may end up with a battle of 2 egos. I was working with a couple who had spent the first 10 years of their marriage frustrated, arguing about their finances. He couldn't understand why she wanted to save every penny they earned, and she couldn't understand why he was a spendthrift. Any rationale on either position had been lost in their joint frustration. While many problems are more complex than this couple's, their solutions were relatively simple. Neither person felt understood. They needed to learn to stop interrupting each other and to listen carefully. Rather than defending their own position, each needed to seek first to understand. This is precisely what I got them to do. He learned that she was saving to avoid her parents' financial disasters. Essentially, she was frightened of being broke. She learned that he felt embarrassed that he wasn't able to, quote, take care of her, as well as his father did his mother. Essentially, he wanted her to be proud of him, and each learned to understand the other. Their frustration with each other was replaced by compassion. Today, they have a nice balance between spending and saving. Seeking first to understand isn't about who's right or wrong. It is a philosophy of effective communication. When you practice this method, you'll notice that the people you communicate with will feel listened to, heard, and understood. This will translate into better, more lovable relationships. And this is what we certainly need nowadays, is better understanding when there's so much going on in the world and two different sides to everything. Is we need to understand the other people's point of view. Agree to disagree perhaps, but at least try and understand them. It will go a long way. So I wish for you to have a wonderful day, and I send you my love. Until next Monday. Bye for now.